Yo, what's good? While everyone's building, N8N workflows for $500, I made 15K in the last 4 weeks doing something completely different. Let me just refresh the dashboard so you know it's real. As you can see, 15 grand with a little extra change on it. But all jokes aside, here's why N8N workflows are about to become honestly worthless and what you should be doing instead and what you should be selling instead. So we're just gonna jump into it. Here's the fucking dilemma. It's happened again. As you can see on Fiverr, people are starting to sell, their agents for super cheap, and it's starting to become a commodity, and it's a very big issue. So literally in real time, when you're learning to build AI agents, which is a great skill to have, you're literally on a race to the bottom because all you're doing is you're trying to make a lot of money, trying to sell something that's being sold for kind of cheap. I realized this months ago, and I saw the pattern happening because I've been in the online business space for a while, and I've been doing this game for a long time, and it's happened with a lot of different offers that I've had. And you always have to just learn and adapt. So I want to show you guys how I can still be able to get results like this by, of course, being ahead of the curve, doing what no one else is talking about. So let's jump into the problems. I know you already saw that there was a huge fucking problem with people selling AI agents for $50. Yes, this is the issue. So this is what I like to call what we're facing, our imminent destruction, is the AI agent death spiral. And what I mean by that is everything in life and in business, it has to do with supply and demand, right? It has to do with supply and demand. And if you can see here, on this chart that I'm showing you guys, honestly, you can see the trend of AI agents. It hit its peak and it's already on its way down, which, looking from this chart, this isn't really a good sign. If you guys know anything about supply and demand, or you guys, for example, like a good example is crypto or any stocks or any investment, you never want to buy at the top. You want to get in before everybody else, right? I've been over here in the space selling AI agents before the trend became super big. And now I can see that the trend is just continuing to just increase and then go lower. So what this means is it's at its peak, right? And if you're trying to get in now, it's a bit too late. You can make money, yes, but you don't want to do that. It's not like AI agents are a complete new thing, right? As you can see from the chart that I showed you earlier, everyone knows about it or has heard about it. So now this is where it's going to come in, like I showed you earlier with like the people on, Upwork and Fiverr. There's going to be price competition. And in business, if you know very well, you kind of don't want too much competition in business because then it gets a little cutthroat, and we don't really want to do that. We don't really want to be dealing with other people in other countries selling for $10. I know I don't. That's some bullshit. So you need to go from a builder to an advisor. And what I mean by that is like the whole AI agent thing, just fucking kill it now. You need to be able to build infrastructures. Instead of selling what I build, like the little shit of what I build. Yes, I sell what I build, but most importantly, I start to sell what I know. I start to sell the business knowledge that I know. And I'm gonna show you guys how you can package it and do it too. Because there's one thing I can definitely tell you. Businesses don't want AI tools. They want AI transformation. And hold on, let me just explain what exactly I mean by that. Think about it for a second. What does an AI chatbot specifically do in a business? Like, what does it do? What does it do? What experience does it make that's better for, a specific business? They're lying to you on YouTube. They're not selling this shit themselves. That's why they're not talking about it. They're just making the next new agent, and they're skipping down the fucking YouTube money train. But listen. No business cares about a AI chatbot. They can do without it. I can do without it in all of my businesses. All of my clients that I'm working with right now that's generating me all this revenue, they can do it without too as well. And then think about it as well. How valuable do you think it is to really sell an AI chatbot or create an AI chatbot? Anybody can do it nowadays. Literally anybody. But when you're more of an AI advisor, is what I like to call myself and all my other students that are getting results, is I design a complete AI structure or AI infrastructure in someone's business, and it gets them the results because it's created specifically for their business to fix any of their bottlenecks. All right, so I'm gonna break it down in a more granular level, like what AI advisors actually do. So the first thing is like AI consulting. So you map out a business's problems, right? You sit on a call with them and you figure out what is the problem. So let's say we're sitting down with a e-commerce company, for example. Their biggest problem is shipping out orders in time, and their biggest problem is talking to suppliers, and they have a real big problem with handling like refund requests and just people in the support channels. There's no one to really handle all of that and all of those logistics. So you sit on a call, you hear what their pain points are. Like it's literally just business talk. You talk to a business, right? And you figure out what specific problems they have. Okay, what's tedious? Where's all your money going with hiring? What is the biggest pain point in your business? How long has this been going on? Very simple questions that you sit here and ask. I want you guys to really not overcomplicate this and really think about it. There is no more that you need, right? That's the thing, that's your problem. You're always on these YouTube videos and you're scrolling through a bunch of YouTube people and you're looking for more and more for more. I guarantee what I'm going to tell you in this video right now is all that you need. Literally, I've sold for B2B too as well. I've talked to a lot of people that have sold B2B, big items to B2B companies. All those conversations they're not even sales conversations. They're just figuring out what's the specific problem in the business, right? What's annoying in the business, like what's stopping you from making more money and scaling, and then you just fix it. And you can fix it now with a little bit of, honestly, if you're not even going for the biggest businesses yet, ChatGPT, how to fix a problem, and then you turn it into an agent. It's literally that simple. You're showing them a more efficient way you can do it with the whole entire AI infrastructure and the AI agent. And that's why I got the name to call it AI advising, because you're literally advising them on how they can make more money by finally putting AI into their business. And then what's next after you consult them and you talk to them about what specifically they are trying to solve, right? Now we go into the infrastructure design. And what that is you're literally creating different tools, right? And putting them all together in one. You're creating different tools that solve each specific problem, and then you put it together as one huge system. I know a lot of you guys have been confused, but like, oh, well, how do I know what to make the infrastructure? How do I know how to create the infrastructure? I promise you, if you just follow all these steps, you'll know. After the consulting call, right? And of course, in other videos, I'll go even deeper on how to do this, right? But after you figure out what those pain points are, you have all the notes down. You even put it in a ChatGPT, right? They don't care. They just care about the result. They don't care how you get it, right? After that, you just take the whole infrastructure design, and now you have something that is airtight that you can then put into their business, and it gets them results. Then after that, you have the implementation. You have, their problems, right? You have what you created to solve those problems. Plug and play that bitch and watch it actually start to get them results. And then you just oversee it, aka you advise it, right? AI advisor. What you then do is you watch for any fixes, right? You optimize anything that needs to be changed, and then you consult over the whole AI system. See, if it's a system that works and you built it, they can't get rid of you, and you'll continue to be paid over time and time again. And that's literally why I've kept the same for clients, right? Because they can't, if I leave, they have to replace a whole entire infrastructure that only I know how to create, and I know how to fix, and I know how to tweak. And the reason why this pays more is because I know you guys have everybody's read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or everyone's seen it on content nowadays. You're selling experience, right? Not time. Everybody knows the easiest way to not have a lot of money is selling your time. We're not going to sell our time here. We're selling the infrastructure. The infrastructure literally works while I'm sleeping. The infrastructure is going to work while I'm making this video, and it's going to work well after I'm done making this video, right? While you're watching this video, my infrastructures are working, and that's where I want you guys to get. And the way it is, a big thing is how you price it, right? I don't charge one time of this. I charge a percentage, a rev share, off what the business is making with my system. Even if it's a small rev share, think about it. You get paid after all the money that they make, right? So the deal is a no-brainer for them, because even if you charge an upfront fee, you're getting paid when they get paid. And business is all about making a great deal. So I have a company, right? And what I'll explain to you, I can share this information. I have a company that I'm working with the AI agent, and it makes me a good amount of money, right? But the thing is what it does is they needed a whole infrastructure. What they do essentially is they do in-person workshops, right? But on the in-person workshop, what would happen is they didn't have anyone that would send them emails. They didn't have anyone that would send them actual good onboarding, right? Because after someone bought it, they would need to know what best place to get the hotel, right? They wanted the best place where the whole 3-day event is happening, right? There's a lot of logistics that go into it. Pretty much like an event planner, essentially, right? Managing the emails, managing, the SMS, right? Managing when they can drop the event, giving them the directions on what's happening. They needed someone to fix all of that, right? Fix all of that. Of course, they had, people that were, taking the calls and, closing them on the deals. But having an agent set up to where it's like, okay, when someone pays, right? I have a whole entire N8N agent, right? that is connected to a bunch of other tools that make the infrastructure, that when they pay for something, right, there's a whole entire infrastructure and workflow that gets them set up for this 3-day event, right? Think about it. It sends them emails about where it is. It sends them emails about what they're gonna be doing for the first 3 days. It gives them a real, true experience so no one gets lost, right? Plus, the little chatbots that you guys love. There's a chatbot in there that will answer their questions specifically, right? Like support. So now that there's support in there, it's not just the chatbot. You see how I'm not just selling the chatbot? I would never be in the position if I just sold that dumbass chatbot. So get that out of your head. But there's a chatbot in there in the infrastructure that they can talk to, that can make sure, and it's programmed on everything that they need to know. And then also on the sales and marketing side, when a lot of people inquire about coming to this workshop, I have a whole entire workflow that automates the whole process until it's time to talk to someone from the sales team. So as you can see, all of that together right there is a full infrastructure. And guess what? Yes, I'm getting a rev share off of that. So all of the deals that close through my system, I'm getting paid. There's probably deals closing right now. I have to go check my phone notification, but it's the same thing. That's how insane it is. And that's the type of opportunity you have. Let everyone else go sell those stupid AI agents. You need to come over here and become an AI advisor to where you can be able to really make money without having to put much effort after you set everything up. So you need to change your perspective. Stop saying you build AI agents. You need to start saying I help businesses implement AI strategies, or call yourself an AI advisor. But I hope you enjoyed this video. In the description below, I have 2 links. I have a link that you can go ahead and get coaching so I can help you one-on-one with this to help you dial it in, and like my other students who are crushing it. Or you can join my other, Discord in there. You'll see it in the free resources section. And you can go in there and you can learn more about it too as well. Other than that, take care. Hope you have a great day. Peace.